Hey guys, Shaman here, back with another featured live match replay with commentary by yours truly. This is the final round of our shop challenge for BCS 2023, hosted at 88 Card House. This is round 5, the final round between our top 2 rated players. So the winner of this game most likely gets the buy card. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Pretty banger game between, on the left, it looks like Tokyo Revengers. Wow, what an interesting deck. I wonder what they're playing. Oh wow, playing Takemichi level 0. I don't really see that very. Oh, Pachin. Okay. I wonder what kind of deck this is. Anyways, on the right we have Quints. It looks like it's going to be the 8-door build with the Itsuki combo. Just a very tried and true build. I think the Nino deck is like really interesting because it has all the choose your trigger, but the Itsuki one is like really simple, very straightforward, very high floor. You just kind of play good cards, turn them sideways like they're doing right now. Finding attack here, triggers for 2, and then direct here for a cancel. That's a choice. Alright, this is a bit of an interesting build, looks like, from the Tokyo Revengers player. I see a choice. Wonder if that's empty or if that actually combos with something. More likely than not, it's probably empty. The choice combos in this set outside of the actual finisher is not very good, and I can consider, I can see it being an empty combo for potentially just making your Pachin turns better. Japan does play, or had played at one point, the Pachin deck with 8 empty doors. We don't have empty doors in English, but having the empty choice is kind of like an empty door. It's not as good because you can't salvage everything, and a lot of your soul triggers are going to be on the field in the form of your 2-1 Pachins, but it is better than a lot of other options, like not being able to salvage anything at all. So alright, looks like they're going to do a Riki. Doesn't hit themselves to level 1, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's not the worst case scenario here. And grabbing a Takemichi here. Takemichi is not going to be that good outside of... Oh, I guess Takemichi does hit them to 1 here. And they do have some blue in clock available for them to do blue stuff. And I think that could potentially be used in some way, shape, or form here. Oh, they're actually going to level red here? Red here. Okay, interesting. So by leveling red, they lock themselves out of the ability to use the 1-0 blue event, which is one of their primary ways to actually get milling done. But that does allow them to play 1-0 red cards. Okay, okay, they're gonna play the Takemichi level 0 from hand, clocking a blue, so now they actually have access to the blue again. Milling 5. We see a lot of interesting cards here. I think the card that they're probably going to get is either the 1-0. Yeah, okay, they're going to get the 1-0 here. The Peiyan, just ready to set up for the Pachin on the following turn. And the Mikey is going to also gain additional 2,000 power because the opponent has 2 cards on their field. So 3,500. Unfortunately won't be able to get over the center Itsuki. So they're probably just going to side that lane here. So, yeah, looks like it's going to be a side attack for 2 cancel. Wow, 3. Salvaging a climax. I'm probably just gonna get a blue climax to hand. Yeah, so not getting the choice not very good. Ooh, double cancel at level 0 and gets to untap with the Itsuki 4K body. That's pretty strong. I think that's a pretty good position for the Itsuki player to be in. Itsuki's in no rush to hit level 3 in this matchup. Honestly, the longer that they take and get to spend, the better, I think, for the Itsuki player. Especially since the Tokyo Revengers player so far has not shown any kind of like dual laner, which would be like the primary win condition in this matchup, since Quints does not have something like a stock swap. If you can compress and get a ton of stock, you would be able to potentially just get to a place where you're unkillable by the Quints deck. And the Quints player can't really interact with that compression that well. But in this matchup, since no dual laner is visible, we see, yeah, I think it's like the early damage being cancelled here is really good. Like an early damage lead by the Quints player, I think will convert very well. It means that the Tokyo Revengers player will have to, well, basically have fewer turns to set up lethal that can actually kill from good range. Because I think once the Quints player hits level 3, and if the Tokyo Revengers player is even anywhere remotely near 3, I think the Tokyo Revenger player is just going to get exploded by that really powerful Itsuki finisher combo. But here, yeah, so looks like they're just going to get set up for level 1 by using first a drop search, I believe, and then a search Riki to get to get the Riki, and then using the back row. So this is a very interesting tech. The back row has 2 tab abilities, one paste stock and one requires experience. However, it does not require experience to actually use the act. It just requires experience for the act to do anything. So you can tap it as an empty act because you're allowed to use the act ability. You will not get any effect because you don't have experience, but that will trigger the additional effects of your cards that say when you use an act. So in this case, the level 0 Itsuki Riki, the green card, gets +1 soul when an act is used on your field. And so by doing that, just allowing the Quints player to push a little bit of extra damage. It does get cancelled, but still sticking pretty good damage, is now a full level ahead in this early game situation. And honestly, that's such a comfortable place for them to be in, because very unlikely they'll get hit to 2 from here. And by doing that, it means that they'll be at level 1, will be able to do a full turn of level 1 combo, probably go through the rest of their deck, and refresh with a good clock compression at level 1. Now, it looks like the Tokyo Rangers player is going for the Pachin turn, using Payon to shuffle back 2 cards to their deck. Looks like one of them wasn't a Pachin, actually. We do see a Pachin clock, which is not where you want to see your Pachins. Ooh, hits one off of the Brainstorm immediately. That's a great look. Hits a second one on the second Brainstorm. This guy is just not missing. Unfortunately, we don't get it on the third one. There's one Pachin left in deck, and it's the last card. Crazy. So unfortunately misses the Pachin on the last card of the deck. Does have an extra stock that they could use to guarantee it, but at this point might not be the best play. If they have another Payon in hand, they could actually just play the Payon, shuffle back 2 soul triggers, and by doing that you would be able to get just more damage on this turn, instead of like going for the Brainstorm to get the Pachin. Okay, so I think that's what they're gonna go for here, actually. So shuffling back 2 level 3s here, those are soul triggers, and I think they'll just probably attack with this deck, so guaranteed clean cards as well as guaranteed extra damage. I think getting the third Pachin here is not too useful. Oh, never mind. Oh, it was the blind stock from the level 0 Takemichi. So player wasn't sure where the Pachin was. Could have been, yeah, it could have been in deck, or yeah, I guess he did use the stock effect twice and it was blind. So yeah, just didn't have the knowledge there. I think I would have attacked just to get the extra damage, and those are clean triggers. Now the compression is not bad, but you have no more resources, and then if you trigger something like either okay, choice off the fresh deck is going to be good, but if you trigger something like a pants on this fresh deck, it's not going to be very good. So hopefully I guess hopefully they don't trigger something like a pants. Okay, triggers choice, which is good, that they are going to be able to salvage or stock a card with the soul trigger. Looks like they're going to go for the salvage. Salvage? Okay, yeah. Oh, salvage, really interesting. You do need a lot of stock to actually go for the finisher. So, ooh, okay, stocking this time. Oh, that's a little unfortunate. I think I would have definitely stocked the first one and salvaged on the second one if you did even trigger a second one. Yeah, this order now makes it so that you can't really pay out those choice climaxes at the bottom of the deck, and yeah, that's just not going to be really good. And then level 0 dies too? Is it not bigger? Okay, yeah. I was like, there should be bigger. They played a 1k one and had many opportunities to give it 2k power with the Payons. So, yeah. Okay, triple Itsuki coming down. Not surprising, triple Itsuki level 1 combo. Also using the back row to give the on reverse salvage effect. Just building as much hand as possible as the Itsuki way. No full board, but I think that should be fine because I don't think they'll be able to hit 8 hand size here anyways. But oh wow, that's a Yotsuba card. What in the world is that? Okay, I actually do not know what that Yotsuba card does. I think it looks like a counter. It's probably not too, yeah, not too big of a deal. All right, so it's gonna be here for 2 damage. That damage does stick. TRV player at level 2, but has developed 2 Payons in their 16-5. So, you know, Quints player is definitely not gonna be winning board anytime soon in this matchup. and does go ahead and grab the salvage. I think potentially would have waited on the salvage, but it doesn't really matter too much. But I think like it's nice to be able to see what you add from the combos first before going for a salvage, because then then you can like salvage a card that you were missing that you weren't able to add from the random top 3. And now I think just thinking about how many climaxes are left in deck, potentially not even wanting to combo, but still decides to combo, dishing a climax and then revealing all 3 clean. Wow, this person just added so many cards to their hand, and triggers the door on the final attack. So I think they're definitely overhand at this point. And just doing a double check to make sure they're gonna salvage a card that they need. Also, they're basically guaranteed to refresh with all the clock compression. It looks like there's only 2 cards left in their deck, which is not enough to hit them to level 2 before they refresh. So that's going to be really good for them. Still basically a full level ahead. Even though they're losing board, it's still a really comfortable position for the Quints player. They do have the discard down to hand size, which is very funny. 3 cards left in deck. Still the same thing. We'll definitely have the clock compression. Won't be able to level before they hit, or sorry, yeah, won't be able to level before they refresh. So it's really good for the Quints player. All right, TRV player here has a decent amount of hand. I think I would try to just stabilize here by not clocking and making the damage lead slightly less. You definitely do want to keep them away from level 3, but you can't keep them so far away from level 3 that you can't even get them close to level 3. So usually like 2-3, 2-4 is like the sweet range where it's like difficult for somebody to hit level 3 from there, but also they're still within kill range of your really, really strong finishing turn combo. All right, so the last 3 cards in the deck were clean. So play a little bit playing with fire there in terms of, you know, if they, yeah, like there's a bunch of clean cards left in deck. But I guess if they didn't trigger the door there, they would have actually been able to cancel here, which would have been pretty huge. So that's actually really cool. All right, making sure. Okay, good. That's 6. Yes. All right. Gets hit to 2-1. Not bad, not bad. That's going to be for 3 damage here. Cancels off the new compression. Yeah, that's the compression doing its magic. Yep, double cancel off of the new deck. Yeah, I think Quints player here just really comfortable. You don't really have to do much. I think your hand is really full. Obviously, you clock just because 2-2 is still very safe. TRV player does not have lethal. Nothing even close. Only 7 stock available to them right now. So definitely you want to use some stock and use some resources, get some clock in so that setting up for the final kill turn on the following turn. So the idea here is that you don't really want to heal, I think, as the Quints player here. You want to just make sure you have like a maximum hand size and all the level 3s that you need. And you also want to be able to like make sure that if you need to, you can also clock yourself to level 3. If like the TRV player decides to like just like stop attacking and leave you at something like 2-4 or 2-5, that you have the tools to refresh, which is an extra damage, and potentially even clock yourself more afterwards. All right, so using the second effect, the is key to top check 2, I believe you can add one of those to your hand, discard the rest, and then also discard an extra card from your hand. Just kind of milling through the deck. I think this is pretty good. Also trying to get like important pieces. I think at this point, it's going to be good because you can crash into the Pachin lanes so that they have to direct, and the direct is going to be for pretty big numbers, so like directing for 2 or 3, and then so if they take it, then that means that the Quints player is going to be able to hit level 3, and if they cancel it, then well, they cancel and they're still stuck at 2-2. So I think at this point the Quints player is like it's pretty like good either way. It's win-win. They either take some damage and they're probably going to hit level 3 the following turn, or they're gonna triple cancel, in which case they're still at 2-2. And yeah, being at 2-2 in this matchup is like just really good because TRV is not gonna be able to kill. Wow, the extra soul is really paying off there. Sneaks that damage in and also gets a salvage here. I'm kind of surprised it didn't commit to another back row, because they probably have the discard down to hand size now, which is kind of crazy. Hits them up to level 3. So now TRV is in a really uncomfortable situation where they have to also okay. They have blue and clock because they don't have blue and level, but if they ever heal that, I don't know if they have any healers available in that deck. So potentially doing it that way because oh no, they do have heal. They have the they have the double rare red healer. Okay, so gotta be careful not to lose color here. Feels like kind of weird why they wouldn't just level a blue just to make sure that they couldn't possibly lose color. At this point, there's like a small chance that they could lose power. Sorry, not power, lose color, but probably not a big deal. I mean, I think just Quints player here is kind of like an almost checkmate situation. They're definitely putting the TRV player in check, right? So you can't, if you hit them to level 3, you're dead. If you keep them at 2-2, they're just probably going to heal down even more and then just continue to do roll. And they have hand advantage for days, so they're not in any risk. So I think the best thing you could do as the TRV player here is to hit them to 2-4 exactly. If you can hit them to exactly 2-4, and even 2-4 is a little risky. I would think, okay, they have 7 stock. Okay, 2-4 is a little risky. I think if you hit them to like 2-3, actually no, 2-4 is probably fine. I think 2-4 is probably fine. You hit them to 2-4 exactly, and then they have to refresh, clock themselves, and also find a Riki in order to hit level 3. At which point, I think they might not be able to triple combo. And if they can't triple combo, then you might not be dead from like 3-1, 3-0. But it's definitely like a rock and a hard place here for the TRV player. Just like, yeah, being behind early game with this version of the deck definitely hurts a lot. Which is why I think like the ideal version of this deck does run the dual laners, because in matchups like this, you could just dual lane, get a ton of stock, and then even though you're level 3 and your opponent's at 2-2, like you're not in danger of dying, especially against Quints, because Quints doesn't have stock swap outside of like the Yotsuba deck. So like you just basically like if you're in this situation but you're playing dual laners and you had, instead of 7 stock, you had like 14 stock, it was clean, then like, you're just being chilly. Oh, are they gonna go for it? Oh shoot, they're thinking about it. Oh, they're not going for it. Okay. Yeah, I think going for it there would probably have been the wrong play. But if they're not gonna go for it, why would they play the Takemichi in the first place? They just play the 3-2 and then just attack for 2 and then like, huh? Oh, I see, they're trying to pay out the climax. But there's still like 2 climaxes in the deck. Wait, no, not in the deck. There's still like 2 climaxes in the stock. This is kind of weird to me. Alright, 2-4. I think you can stop here potentially. But then if you stop here, you just don't have enough stock to actually go for the finishing turn on the following turn. Yeah, so I think you just keep going. Oh, but this is going to be really rough. Yeah, if the Quints player takes any more damage, Quints player is... Actually, even at this point, it's like really easy for them to refresh. So like, even if they double cancel, they're probably going to refresh and then clock and then find a Riki, and then they still have 6 stock, so they still have definitely have enough hand to still triple combo. So yeah, honestly at this point it's kind of weird how Weiss can get to this point, but it's basically GG now. It's basically almost 100% game loss for the Tokyo Rangers player here, because there's like no world where the Quints player, Itsuki player, doesn't hit level 3 on the following turn. And if they hit level 3 on the following turn with full combo in hand, then they just win, right? Even if they cancel this one, they're so close to deck refresh, and then they have an extra stock. They have the extra stock for the Riki, so that they can hit themselves at level 3 if they need to. And then Riki can obviously grab like a good utility card to help them grab the climax if they miss the climax or something. Yeah, they're like really close to refresh. I think like Riki plus something to mill will like get them there. This is also like, this is before the damage too as well. So it's gonna be for 1, 2, 3. So there's at least milling 2 cards. Yeah, okay. And so it's gonna be draw, clock, draw 2, and then Riki the rest of the deck away. How much cards? 2 cards left in deck? Yeah. 3 cards left in deck. So yeah, you can do like a Riki into like the top check 2 drop search or whatever. Okay. Oh, using Fukujiro here just to mill out. That's understandable. Play over with the Riki, exactly like I talked about, right? So you do the effect. So order here does matter. You definitely want a Fukujiro here first, so you get onto the. Well, actually, do you want a Fukujiro here first? Oh no, you actually want a Riki first, because otherwise you don't have a waiting room. Yeah, you have the Riki first here, which is a little unfortunate because you would like to. Huh? Oh, I see. They're just deciding on what to send to the clock. Okay. Yeah, you had the Riki first, because like otherwise you don't have a waiting room after the Fukujiro, right? If you Fugajiro first, yeah, you just don't have a waiting room. Oh wait, no, you could have a waiting room if you add. If you add, you would add first, and then no, Fukujiro's discard first. Actually, never mind. Right? Oh yeah, Fukujiro's discard first. No, you wouldn't have a waiting room. Unfortunate. Okay, yeah. So it has to be Riki first here. Did they discard for the Fukujiro? I think they did. I'm just gonna assume that they did. Yeah, I think they did. All right. Anyways, and now they're level 3, so now they just do triple combo, and they'll be able to probably get the climax. Okay, just adding 1 means that they have the climax in hand already, so definitely in a good spot. All right, triple Itsuki. I would be so surprised if TRV survives this. See, triple Itsuki is super lethal. All right, see how many? I think it's triple. There's no way they can't do triple here. And they did -1 for the Fukujiro, which is a little unfortunate, but it has to be triple, right? This has to be triple. Or it's like a double and they're 1 off. And if they're 1 off, then if they trigger any door on these attacks, then they'll have triple. It's like something like that. Like Itsuki is just so lethal. So lethal. All right, first attack. Itsuki, yeah, and attack order great, right? Attacking the 2s later so that you have the side potential. Not that I think they'll need it at all. This is just lethal on deck for 4. Or it needs to cancel and uses the counter. Oh shoot, okay. Uses the counter, cancels on 4. What a crazy counter there. All right, but the top 2 of the deck is still clean. Right, because of the Mocha effect, and so needs to cancel on 3 here. Oh, unfortunately, does not get it. The Itsuki player wins. Yeah, I was saying, like, no matter what kind of defensive you play, dude, just burying the soul, the choices so deep in the stock was so deadly. Yeah, I think on that one turn, instead of going for the brainstorm, just attacking 3 clean there would have just made a huge difference. Like, actually, I think that was the turn where the game really fell apart for the TRV player. But congratulations to the Quints player, winning the shop challenge with Itsuki. I'm pretty sure they won. Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to spoil at the start, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they won that day. So congratulations, and that was pretty exciting gameplay. Pretty interesting matchup as well. I think a really high quality, high level of Weiss Schwarz at display here. I hope you guys really enjoyed that, and we'll be back next week, hopefully with some more Weiss videos, feature match gameplay like this. So yeah, anyways, that's it for me this time. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.